still on. Wow, stream just hardcore crashed. What the fuck was that? Okay. Now I gotta check again that everything's okay. Oh, man. Okay, it says we're running now. I had to fucking restart OBS for this. Oh no, I don't know when exactly it crashed. Hold on. I don't know when exactly stream crashed. I wanna check that just in case, but oh dear. Oh dear. That is not, no, I don't like, no. No. The question is, did it crash just now or did it crash like 10 minutes ago? I'm assuming it did not crash 10 minutes ago. Okay, apparently it crashed right when during my rant at some point. Okay, that is good to know. Apparently it crashed at some point while I was ranting. Okay. Apparently, okay, I don't know how much it cut off of my little rant. But well, that fucking sucks. That sucks. Let me just make sure one more time. We're fine now. This is running. Oh god, I fucking hate it here. I hate it here. Okay. Let me... No. Okay. Oh. I need more water. Okay. Let's try this again. Let me make sure that the chat is connected again. Chat is connected. Okay, that's good. Well. Okay, nope. Okay, so apparently where it crashed was, all the way back here. Third bomb was discovered before it could be detonated, for had it not, the victim's body and other vital evidence would surely have been immolated. I believe that is where we, crashed. Then Apollo objects, gets cut off. Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. I doubt. It's like reading my mind. As it is still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbucks' pockets. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch. Yeah, stream crash, cool, but we're back now. Right? Hold on, right? We're back. We're still back. Right? Okay, yeah, we're still good. Okay. Ooh, dear. Yeah. Stream like hardcore crashed. I had to restart OBS. But we're back now. Yeah. Thankfully, not too much happened. Just me going on a tangent that yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm gonna have to God, I'm gonna have to work this out later. Technically, I could make it like a new thumbnail and a new thingy here now, but I'm gonna do that later. I don't want to do that now. Lucas, welcome in! Now, anyway. Nothing much happened. Just me rambling about how none of this is making real sense. It wouldn't make sense for, Starbuck to fucking get into the rocket with Clay, blow the rocket and the main, like, set off the two bombs, then stab Clay, drag him back into the lounge, and then set off a third bomb in the lounge. Because assuming that his goal was to get rid of evidence and, you know, like, cover his tracks, then he could have just left Clay in the rocket without going through the extra effort of... What do you mean crash again? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We are not crashing again. We are not crashing again. Wubba, 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 dubba, lub. Wubba, dubba, lub. That's right. Hello. I'm losing my mind right now. No, it didn't crash again, right? No, it doesn't show any... It's fine on my end. It's fine on my end. No, we're fine. Oh! I am losing it. But it's fine. We're fine. Let me take off my jacket because it's getting warm in here. We are not crashing again. We are fine, and I'm just gonna continue. What happened to stream? I have no idea. Stream died all of a sudden, and I had to restart OBS, and now apparently we're fine again. Oh boy. But now we are back. And if we are not back, then both Twitch and YouTube and OBS are lying to me. In which case, I guess I might just go fuck myself. But I think we're back now. I think we're back now. Again, to recap, none of this is making any sense. The only part that is making sense is Blackwell's argument that they apparently found the bomb, the switch to set up the bomb in Starbucks pockets. Yeah, no, the previous, like, I had to end and restart stream. Yeah. Like, stream crashed, so I had to end it. Well, it ended on its own, basically. I closed OBS and had to reopen it, and now we're back. You know what, actually, I might just... Because now that this is 2 separate streams anyway, I might as well just call this one number 16. Because why the fuck not? Because why not? I might as well. Because now this is split into 2 parts. So you know what? This is fine. Let me go back here. Da 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 da. Okay. 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 Not too much happened, thankfully. But now we're back to the switch. I'm gonna read these last couple lines again anyway. I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence when the Space Center director and Detective Arm stumbled across the murder. So he thought to hide it in his pocket, feeble-brained that he is. You missed the whole number 15 stream! Well, yeah. Dear. Okay. Please, Apollo or Athena, can someone point out how nonsensical this is? If his whole intention is to get rid of evidence, why the fuck would he bring the body out of a burning rocket... hallway, whatever you want to call it? Why would he bring the body out of the fire if he wanted to burn it? I am Kevin. I am fine. You know what? Yeah. I gotta I gotta hype myself up. I gotta do a little voice exercise. Oh dear. Me too, Apollo. No, Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Apollo, not the best argument. That was a big scream. Is it... Apollo? Apollo's dead. He died. Did you know this series is a parody / satire on Japan's legal system, not America's? Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. This whole game, like, the American touches are purely the English localization. Which, the further we get into the series, the funnier it gets, because the more traditionally Japanese stuff they implement, and the more the localizers had to kind of, like, worm their way through it to try and make it make sense. Justice Dono, open your eyes and see the truth. This. Oh, and now my dog is scratching on the— No. My dog can fuck off for now. This appears to be irrefutable evidence from that the accused set off the explosions. Yeah, no, I don't know. I know mystery. It's a funny fact though. It is pretty damn funny. No, there has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Still can't accept it. You'll believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? What a lovely suggestion, Simon. This has got to be a trap. But what do we have to lose? It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game. Yeah, it seemed like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving issue. Why do you say that? Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down. Then making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan too? Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him. Now let us hear from the arch-villain. Arch-villain? Arch-villain? Arch-villain, I think. The fiendish murderer himself. Famed astronaut, Solomon Starbuck. Okay. I got distracted by a noise and looked away while seasoning my burger, and now I accidentally poured a shitload of spicy paprika. Oh! I think my dog has managed to scratch open the door and is now outside my room. Let's see if I'm correct. Of course, here he is. Look at mine. Yeah, attaboy. Attaboy. What the fuck are you doing here? Take it. Hey. Take it. Applats. Do not pee on any of my furniture or floor. Just lie down, be a good boy. Oh dear. What are you doing? What are you doing here? He is right in front of me. He is very excited. Amazing stream so far. Yeah, first stream crashes, now my dog is here. Then oh, okay, sure, he wants to be pet. Of course he wants to be pet. Ah. Pupper wants the pets. Wanda. And why is it that the moment you come in here, everything starts to smell? I know you don't smell that bad. You were bathed like 3 days ago. Oh dear. Go. Wanda. Up, Wanda. Up, Wanda. Yeah, Wanda. You are such a stubborn motherfucker. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a good boy. I'll be right back. I gotta fucking bring my dog downstairs because he's a stubborn bitch. I love him. Yes, dog appeared after the crash. Dog appeared just now. Okay. We are back. Jesus Christ. I want to finish this trial today at least, but at this rate... Oh. Anyway, witness, your name and occupation, please. Solomon Starbog, astronaut. How did this happen? Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony? No. Just no. Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. Oh dear. This is a disaster in every way, shape, and form. Both in-game and in real life. You are being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Terran. Please testify to these allegations. 1 second. I have food. I have chocolate food. Mind if I take this suit off? It's getting really heavy. It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins. No, I think he might also be feeling the weight of the suit. Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life. Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore. Wow, that was super negative. Is he going to be alright up there? He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. Finish a trial in a reasonable time, not a chance. The world will do everything in its power to stop me. That is true. Also, yeah, the judge shouldn't have asked. If you're not expecting a no, then don't ask the question. Okay, I didn't kill him. Okay, so apparently, at least he's not gonna say that he did it. That's a start. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. Ooh, that's a nice... Oh, I like that. Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay, I was trying to save him. Okay. So far, so good. So you assert that you didn't set off the bombs or murder the victim. But I bet you think I'm lying, right? I reserve all judgment until after I've heard your full testimony. Since when? I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that. Who'd wear a suit like that except an astronaut? Old bag? I mean, to be fair, hers wasn't like a real astronaut suit, but, you know. I will say that when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous, though I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy. I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore. Oh no, he's completely given up. I said a question mark. Hold on. Wait. What a depressing fellow. Wait, but that didn't... Was that him? That was question mark. That was a question mark sigh. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates. Like how it rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackwell a sec. That was him! Oh! Oh! Well... That was Blackwell sighing? Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. The question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun-shy now. Now it's time to find out the truth. Okay, let's fucking go. Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is that the victim was still alive at that time? Of course, he was alive and well. Well is another matter. If so, then you admit you took a man who was alive and well and silenced him permanently with this. What? No, Oh, that's cool. Black hole confirmed, dead ahead. It's no good, Captain. I'm getting sucked in! What is happening? Mr. Starbuck, you are not in space. Please give your testimony seriously. It was just nerves, but maybe I shouldn't have said he was alive and well. It was more like he was slumped over. Those are completely opposite ends of the spectrum. If the events Starbuck experienced were true, he'd have been traumatized? Oh, definitely. This man is traumatized. One way or another. And headed for the corridor. Is that the elevator side inside the launch pad area? That's right, we always use it to get to and from the cockpit. That makes sense, so he was just using the route he always used. In spite of the fact that there had just been an explosion? Huh? I think Mr. Starbuck is hiding something. Something pretty big. Oh yeah, definitely. Off topic, but who's your favorite P5R character? Ooh. I've got a handful. Akechi, definitely one of them. I actually made a tier list a while back. But I forgot. Akechi is like all the way up there. I love Ryuji. Honestly, I love all the guys. The main cast guys. Morgana probably the least, I would say. Futaba is adorable. I love her. There are two more characters that are from P5 Strikers, so I'm not gonna mention them. Confidant, I love Sojiro, EY. Mainly those two. I kind of like everyone. Honestly, I like everyone. Like, everyone is at least like a 6 out of 10 and up. And some characters just switch places depending on the day. But Akechi, Ryuji, Joker are definitely up there. Like, they are within my top 5, I would say. I think I'm not forgetting anyone. Okay, let's see. Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate. Why was he passed out? Probably because of the explosion. The noise and vibration were incredible. It's little wonder a person would pass out, right? I guess. Not that I'd know. Wait like an hour. I've been hit by space debris! Oh, you poor man. The main engine's on fire. It's gonna blow! Ah! Did he just... My god, you poor fellow! I see. I guess it does make sense that someone would pass out. I've not played P5, only 3 and 4. But being in the Persona community, you are bound to be spoiled about Persona games. Oh, definitely. I knew like a big chunk of like... I knew one of the main villains of P4 years before I even played the game. And I randomly got spoiled on 3 major things in P3R. So, fun stuff. Yeah, no. If you play any Persona game, do not go on social media. Do not interact with the Persona community in any way, shape, or form if you plan to play the games or you just don't care about spoilers. Major spoilers. Because you will not be safe. Having a panic attack because someone hit the table, that is rough. Yeah. Oh, man. Like, they're kind of making light of it here. But it is pretty... It is pretty damn rough. I've learned the hard way. Yeah. Especially if the person in question is Mr. Starbuck. Anyway. I mean, hey, listen, the very least you gotta give him is that he gets back on his feet quickly. Don't worry, I understand. I'll make sure everything turns out alright. But everyone's glaring at me like I did it. Apollo, you have to reassure him better than that. How am I supposed to do that? Try to imagine how he's feeling and use that to figure out how to boost his confidence. Mr. Starbuck, think back to what Clay used to always say. It's times like these when he would repeat, "I'm fine" to himself. I'm fine. Yeah, I guess he did say that a lot. But even if I shout it, Clay will still be dead. Oh, what's the use? Yes, I do have JP audio. I wanted to play with the Japanese dub on because I haven't really heard it in the playthrough that I watched when I first heard about this game. I just like the JP dub. I like the cast. I like the casting as well. By which I mean I love that they got Ken to voice Apollo. And honestly, all the voices are very good. Can somebody please reassure me now? Apollo, there's something strange about Mr. Starbuck's testimony. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a glaring contradiction. I just wonder why it's there and what it means for our case. Honestly, I might play the next game, Spirit of Justice, in Japanese too. We'll see. Well, it doesn't look like he's lying, at least. Guess I'll have to show some evidence. Yeah, usually people play, like... I've not seen a single person play these games in Japanese, so I was like, you know what? Might as well. Might as well. Okay, let's do this. Guessing it's this? Let me save, actually. Yeah, I think JP is a nice change of pace. Okay, assuming it's the bombing report. Explosion sparked a fire near the elevator. Yes. Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Was I not being accurate? No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level. What makes you say that, Mr. Justice? Please recall where the bomb went off in Launchpad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle level elevator was engulfed in flames. You're right, which means... Exactly. The Launchpad's elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. Oh, we're back to this theme! Hell yeah! The only ones I've seen played in Japanese are the last two games, The Great Ace Attorney. That one I have, yeah. I think that one was also partially because wasn't one of the games like or even both? I don't remember, like fan translation stuff. Because for a while those two games, or at least one of them, was only fan translated. So you know, they're just Japanese. There was just the Japanese dub. They didn't do like a fan dubbing over it, I think. God, I love this theme. My guy? What's with the helmet? God, I love this section. I'm such a sucker for guitar solos. Mission command, do you read me? Come in, please. This is mission command. I order you to pay attention. Stop this nonsense and answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck. My helmet! Jesus Christ, dude! Can some... Jesus Christ. Can we get this guy a fucking therapist? Mr. Starbuck, we are not in space right now. Please stop pretending you have lost consciousness and stand back up. What do you mean stop pretending? God, you are such an asshole. I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth. Ace Attorney Investigations was fan translated a long time ago. I know about that one. Yeah. I did watch a playthrough of the fan translation. This guy is deranged. This guy is heavily traumatized, is what he is. I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck the astronaut. Yeah, he seemed more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement? Yeah, that is peak trauma. About how you use the middle level elevator. I was nervous and said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I actually took a different route, I think. A different route, you think? I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get it right this time. Maybe. No, I mean probably. Probably? It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you, accuracy is paramount in court. See, that's better. The Investigations 2 fan translation was really good. It is really good. Sebastian the best, you will always be real in my heart. Exactly, Mystery. Yeah. Like, you cannot blame this man. Yeah, no. And if he's already taking, like, anxiety meds, you know, like, you cannot blame him. Or wait, was that? Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, no, I think that they did say he took those meds, or he takes them. Let's see, my escape route. What I said before was a mistake. I remember now. I took a different route. Maybe, probably. With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. So you're saying you escaped without using the elevator? That's right, there's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way. Okay. And the capsule you mentioned, I suppose you mean the thing next to Mr. Terran here. Was the capsule that important that you'd risk your life to take it with you? His face does, his whole head does look like a rocket with the hair and everything. Almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With a spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony. Maybe I am guilty after all. Nope. Snap out of it. Hush. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison. That it's more comfortable than a spaceship. Oh, dear goodness. How could you mistake such a basic fact? Hey, everybody makes mistakes. But try thinking about the vastness of space instead. From Earth, it takes 4 light years to travel to our nearest neighboring star. So you see, compared to the vast expanse of space, human error is insignificant. I wish he'd consider just a little. I wish he'd consider it just a little more significant than 0. Enough jabbering. Get on with your testimony. Starbucks' voice is a little hard on my throat. Alright, maybe and probably. Maybe. Probably? Did I hear you right, Mr. Starbuck? I didn't say either of those things. Mission Control, come in, please. An error has occurred in the sound system. Activate the emergency tin can telephone. Oh no! Tin can telephones are ineffective with the vacuum of space! stop this nonsense or I will sever you and your tin can telephone. Alright, I'm begging you, I'll tell the truth. Just don't sever anything. Apollo, is he going to be alright? I'm starting to think he's not. Starting? Let's see. So, about when we were running away. I mean, yeah, he has a point, it's just, it's just not a good point right now. The lesson itself is good, just not in this situation. The upper level of the launch pad area. That's right, that's what I said, isn't it? Granted, that route does exist. So to recap, you had clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand. Yeah, it's really important, so I couldn't let it get burned up. So even though clay was really heavy, I couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I did the best I could with him over one shoulder and the capsule in my other hand. I don't think the meaning of what he just said has hit him yet. Wait, what did he say? I zoned out for a second. Couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I said good with him over one shoulder. And the capsule in my other hand. You know what you have to do with that statement. Justice don't know? I think... yeah, I know. Well, I've come this far, no turning back now. Time to present some evidence. Right after... oh, but that was the last statement, never mind. So Mr. Starbuck escaped with clay and the capsule, which means it's just like in the footage. I can see why he couldn't run, though. He must have weighed over 200 pounds just by himself. Yeah, and he had to support Clay, who was another 200 pounds. Plus, he had to ensure the safety of that capsule. I don't think I could have even walked under those circumstances. I mean, you are pretty strong. You can just, like... you can toss a whole police officer, at the very least. Walking straight forward is probably about all I would have been able to manage. Let alone taking someone down a ladder. I also feel like... did they, they didn't... it's not... they only said that Clay was the one... or did they say that Clay was the one carrying the capsule? Or, well, that was their assumption. One... oh wow, he really... wow, he does only have 3 statements. Maybe more down from the upper level. Okay, but what do I present here? Is it just the fact that, like, he couldn't have left? Or he couldn't have gone down the ladder? Tossing something and carrying something are 2 different things? That is true. Let me see. I feel like I'm just trying to think of, like, which... the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. Is it the dive? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, I was overthinking it a little. Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth? The truth? Let's see. The Earth is blue? No, that's not right. I guess the Earth isn't blue. Yep, that's it. The truth, Mr. Starbuck. Can we stop hitting desks, baby? Can we stop? Mr. Justice, the witness appears confused. Please help draw out the truth from him. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route. Shin, welcome in! Hope you're doing well today. Huh? Not as long as this was along the escape route. The Are we talking about the same thing here? The ladder? Yeah, okay. To get down... Oh. Never mind, I thought someone was calling me. No one was in fact calling me. To get down from the upper level to the middle level where the launch pad 1 corridor is, you would have to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck? Of course, that was the only way we could escape. But how would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in full space gear as well, putting him at over 200 pounds. Well, it's easy as the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 of what it is on Earth. You were still on Earth, buddy. But the Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with one adult male in space gear... Wait, short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other is impossible, wouldn't you say? Oh. So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full? Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth now. Engineer, where's that engineer? Oxygen, what the Jesus, what the? He's flying the coop. Help, I'm caught on the ceiling. Help. Anyone? Bailiff, prepare the cherry picker. We must launch our rescue mission at once. Well, that's one way to take off while being questioned. I totally forgot about this part. I'd rather prove his innocence so he can go to space again someday for real. Ah, man. Are we back? Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your fleet planted on the ground? Yes, I apologize for losing control. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Not that. Anything but that. What's going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbucks I know. It appears Space Boy is prone to deception. Finally found a VTuber playing this masterpiece game. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Yeah, we're making our way through the entirety of the Ace Attorney series, minus the Phoenix Wright trilogy because I've already played that in my own time, and minus the Layton spin-off, probably, maybe. Actually, never mind. We're making our way through the trilogy and the Great Ace Attorney. Those are the games we're tackling. Okay, wrong. In my opinion, Dual Destinies is the best game in the Apollo Justice trilogy. That's a hot take right there. For now, Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney 4 still prevails over Dual Destinies for me. But I like this game. I do definitely like it. We'll see. We'll see how much I like it at the end of, we'll see where it places at the end of Spirit of Justice. Witness? Yes! Yes? I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect. Oh, Prosecutor Blackwell, please! Please don't talk about that. What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell, and why didn't you bring it up earlier? The Layton spin-off deserves love. Well, apparently Capcom themselves kind of refuse to acknowledge its existence. It's funny with how many times I'm seeing how he uses that feather as a toothpick. Using a feather as a toothpick? I mean, hey, whatever works, I guess. Didn't I already state that Space Boy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why he took some precautions just before the launch. For you see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. Oh. I sense things are about to nosedive. You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it. How could that be? Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember, because of the side effects? Yeah, that's why I don't remember much about what really happened. What? I'm a simple man. I see Phoenix, I see Larry, I see Maya, I love it. Phoenix trilogy is my favorite. Okay, you see, you're making a compelling argument, especially with Larry. But, listen, I see Clavier Gavin, and, you know, that's it. That's just it. But no, the Phoenix trilogy is very good. Hopefully you play Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright 2. Even if I don't play it, I do intend to experience it at some point. Whether it's through playing the game myself or watching a playthrough, but I do intend to do that eventually. We can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything. Well, this certainly explains why his testimony kept changing. Why didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember? I guess he didn't want anybody to find out that he was terrified about going into space. Maybe I really did do it. Nope. Which brings us to the answer of our original question. Of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body. It does? If he was carrying... There was no way he would have been able to do it. So what is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaint. Justice don't know. Oh, that's what he was getting at. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder. Oh my, I see. And then the defendant could climb down with his free hand. Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectable thing? Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself. With the spacesuit on? So you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct. Really? Oh, thanks? Ivy, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. It's going well. I had a mild freak out earlier because stream crashed, but we're back. We're good again. Wait, when did stream crash? I think it crashed like 1.5 hours in. So we are about 2.5 hours into this case, I believe. What's this? It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why. You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body. I am. For they fracture easily when struck. Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and shrapnel would leave its marks on the body. Yet according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning. Hey, someone's saying it! A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. There we go. I mean, he was right with like the whole grasping at straws thing, but this point I kind of get. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. And how would he have been able to get stabbed like that? This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer. Then it shouldn't be impossible to stab someone. Shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well? It should, and yet through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak spot in that suit's structure and found its way to its target. It's been reading some good Klapalo fics. You know how it be? I do indeed know how it be. Based. Very based. Fucking speaking of which, I gotta update my fic soon. It's been like almost 2 weeks. I gotta get to that. I've been having a little trouble. I've been having a little trouble with the recent chapter, but should be able to finish it soon. What are the chances? You forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suits work. Yeah, but like to that extent? Like, He's got me there. And now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim in the rocket and then dropped his body from the upper level. After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debate about these facts. It is clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Tarrant. How about shut the fuck up? I love you, but shut up. Yeah, it is very like shaky, but as of now, it's hard to like as wobbly as it is, it does still have some ground to stand on. Also, yeah, the suit of tomorrow having a weak point like near the heart, that is that's just bad design. Here, the report containing the astronauts' oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx. Is that how you pronounce it? Styx? The victim's tank was ruptured. With 0% left, the defendants had 80%. Remaining oxygen is to play this. Wait a moment. 80%. Wait a moment. This report is pretty detailed. Hold on there a second. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. After the incident, the victim's tank was ruptured, and the remaining oxygen was 0%. The tank belonging to Starbuck, who claims to have carried the victim, said it was 80% full. Tanks were functioning properly at the time. So, assuming that this number that they show is the percentage, that is not an 8. That is not an 8. So we've got something here. Thank you, Simon. I have a vague idea for a Klapalo fic, but I'm working on finishing the Destiel fic I started first. Been trying to get started on fic writing. Nice. I've been wanting to get into maybe write a Windbreaker fic too. I've been really into Windbreaker. I watched Windbreaker like this week. I think it was like earlier this week. And then caught up to the manga, which is like about 110 chapters from where the anime leaves off. So I read like 110 chapters in under 48 hours. I don't know. I think I like the series. I think I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, that's also on the plan. I want to honestly, I have a god. Writing is so fun. Writing is very fun. Partially infuriating, but also fun. But yeah, I want to finish the chapter on my current attorney fic first, and maybe then I don't know. I have a lot of like things that I want to write. Just like not the time or like the kick that I need or inspiration that I need. Yeah, the Japanese one, the one that of which the anime was released recently. Like I think it was like this summer or something. That one, yeah. By what's he called? Nii Satoru, I think is the author of the Japanese one. Way Ziggs, thank you for the sub. Thank you. And it works, finally. Finally I can hear the alerts. I realized that I just, for some reason, I finally figured out why the alert wasn't working. Could you actually, it's working now on my end, but did you hear that? Were you able to hear the sound, the alert sound? God, I hope. I mean, it should work now. It should fully work now. Oh dear. Oh god, I swallowed a bit too quickly. Oh. Okay. Okay, we're good. Where were we? Right. Wait, no. Wait, no. Okay. Okay, and there it is. Audible sound true? Hell yeah. Okay, finally, my alerts are working! More or less. Let's see, the display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. I guess that means these glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen in the tank. I'm done for. I'm going to prison instead of space. Space boy? Yes? Take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars. You mean the stars as seen from prison? That's right. Your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. Listen, you don't need to feed his delusions. That's not what you should do here. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time. It's not a half bad thought. No, stop right there. Mr. Starbuck? Prosecutor Blackwell got to him good. Oh dear. Simon Blackwell. As much as I enjoy his little mind games, this right here is foul. This is foul. That I don't like this. Like, this is just taking advantage of this man's like trauma and hallucinations. Spaceship prison cell, fly me, my guild, and my despair to the deepest, darkest space. And then let's get sucked into a black hole together. Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope. Oh. Yes, Apollo? Wow. I was hoping the Ace Attorney announcement on the 29th was going to be an Apollo Justice anime. God, you and me both. It was just my delulu hoping for a potential Gavin Bros backstory in an anime original episode if it was. I don't know what gender you are. My chatter. God, me too. That was my biggest hope and copium as well. One day. I have not given up hope. Just a hypothetical scenario where a person subscribes and unsubscribes and again subscribes again and again, will it cause a sound effect? I mean, I would assume so. I would assume so. I don't think it tracks like, I don't think it tracks whether you've already subscribed. You know, Clay really looked up to. Wow, now both people are just trying to like sway him. Wow. You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you are an incredible man. He said you'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. He said that? So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran. Oh, Clay. Huh. You're wasting your breath. Was that a hyped up? Hey, would you look at that? Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck. I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission. Right, we'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent, you'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space. You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul! I'm on fire! I am Solomon Starbuck, astronaut! A cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself! There's no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down. There we go! Boulder Dash. Bro is locked the fuck in, hopefully. The sun, the moon, and all of space is calling me. Solomon Sol Starbuck. Ready for launch. Begin the countdown. 5. Okay. Take it down a notch. 4. I guess we're just going with it. 3. 2. Even the judge. The whole fucking gallery. The whole gallery is just is locking in with him. 1! What is happening? Well, I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch. Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackbolt grip over Mr. Starbuck. I can't take the credit. That was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. Oh, God. Boulder Dash is worse than Fudge and Honkai Star Rail. Hey, at least Fudge at least Fudge has a lore reason. Boulder Dash is just Simon being Simon. Oh, on the weird Ace Attorney scale, defendant scale, where does he rank? I don't know. I mean, to be fair, a big chunk of his weirdness comes from trauma, so I don't want to count that. I don't know, I mean, we had Walkie. Well, Walkie wasn't too weird. He was just kind of stupid and bratty. I mean, you could consider Damien Tenma kind of weird. Pretty damn weird. Honestly, I feel like everyone's weird. They're just like a different kind of weird, you know? Like it's not a scale. It's a whole spectrum. It's a whole wide spectrum. Everyone has their own flavor of weird. The parrot was kind of weird simply for being a parrot. True. Like everyone has their own place on the weird on the weirdness spectrum. I don't think you could assign it a value from like 1 to 10 or something. Yeah, Walkie's not a bad kid. He's just, I mean, he kind of turned around at the end. So you know what? We're good. But like throughout the case, he was just, very gullible. Who makes an animal take the stand? Welcome to this court. We've done it twice. If you simpletons are done massaging one another's egos, no matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? I can't let up now. I like Damien. I definitely like his character. Like he was being weird on purpose, to be fair. Mostly. Like for the most part, he was just like a big softie. He chose to be weird. And I mean, hey, even then, like, it's not a bad thing, you know? Being weird is not a bad thing. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbucks just has to make it back into space. Oh, look at them! Oh! I won't allow Jesus Christ. I won't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. I've got to destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think! If the only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck, and if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, and the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is... if I could prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Choosing to be weird is weird? I mean, I guess. But hey, weird is fun. You know? Weird can be fun. Embrace the weirdness. Also, yeah, Mystery, I'm totally agreeing with you. Like Temma was pretty much like he did what he could. He was kind of stuck. The word for the villain role in wrestling, heel. I actually learned that through reading Windbreaker, because there's a character in there who has a wrestling fighting style, and they explained that word in there. So hey, anime, or I guess manga, taught me something. Well, let's see about this data that we just received. This supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body on Launchpad 1. But if I'm gonna prove that false, then there must be something I can use here. Slam! Enough of this farce, your boldness. Let's have your verdict. Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. But about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now. It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining, while Mr. Terran's had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean. Blackwell is... everyone's being weird today. Speaking of weird, that is what's happening in this court throughout this entire trial. Embrace it, but don't overdo it, or you'll just seem insane. I mean, to be fair, like, depending on who's judging, like, meh. You know, like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, fucking be as weird as you want. As long as you're not hurting anyone, including yourself. As long as no harm is done, fucking be as weird as you want. Some people will find that funny and go along with it. Some people will not like that and judge you either way. So might as well say fuck it, you know? Also, I just to point it out, the one that gave us this whole thing was Blackwell, and somehow this seems like such an obvious contradiction that I feel like Blackwell is not done. I feel like he is not done. Because, I mean, what we're gonna present now is, you know, that the oxygen tank on this footage still had 50%. And, if Starbucks had 80% left at the very end of it, then that doesn't match up. So this person has, like, it has to be the other way around. This person right here carrying someone else has to be Clay. It has to be Clay, or it has to be Clay carrying Starbuck. I feel like that's so obvious. Simon must know. He has to know. He has to know. I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory. Of course you don't. Yes, Your Honor, right away. This is the evidence that the oxygen tank report stands in contradiction. I can't read it. This is it. And how does this evidence present a contradiction? The problem in this is this part here. That's right here. That is not an 80. Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Terran. It appears to say 50. Unless, which I feel like they that would be foul to omit. Unless that's not supposed to be the percentage number, that's supposed to be some kind of like, you know, like it's supposed to be a measurement of something else. That is the only other explanation I could have for this. But still. According to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining. The oxygen in the tank increased? I say Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough that there is a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here? The music is still going. I too find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. It would be as odd as if my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that it is the defendant carrying the victim's corpse. Well, we're gonna figure out what this is about after a short break because my dinner is ready. We're gonna keep this going until we get to a good stopping point. But yeah, give me like 15 to 20-ish minutes to eat my food. I'll try to hurry. Alright. And I am back. Hold on. I think I'm back. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Now I'm back. Now we're back. Ugh, dear God. My nose is running now. I think my granddad made the sauce a little bit too spicy, and because my spice tolerance is basically 0. Ugh, runny nose. Anyway. First of all, Marksmania, now properly welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. I have been reading chat, and I hope you're doing well, just all around, you know. Honestly, I don't even know what the past 4 years, I guess. It's kind of weird. Like 2020 was. I know, like, 2020 is, like, the fucking year that everyone points to and is like, get that fucker out. For me personally, honestly, I didn't really struggle as much as I think most other people did in 2020 and 21 and so on. Just because, like, I didn't really lose a lot. I didn't really have much to lose. Okay, it sounds weird when I say it like that, but I didn't have much, like, to lose from quarantine and everything and all that. But I get that, like, for many people, it sucked because of one reason or another, or multiple reasons. But, yeah. But yeah. For me, it was kind of just like a I don't know. It was kind of just there. Like, nothing special, I suppose. I always believe that everything will turn out fine as long as I do what I feel like. Honestly, and that's a good attitude to have. That is a good attitude to have. I'm kind of the same. I just do what I do what I feel like. I do what I want for the most part. I'm not on that route. Like, I'm not as, what do you say it? I'm not as conflict avoidant. I will say that sometimes I do enjoy myself a little beef, a little conflict of whatever sort, as long as I can, like, partake in it, I suppose. But, yeah. Honestly, that's like, if you can have that attitude, if you can, like, you don't have to be like an optimist. You don't have to always be 100% certain that everything will turn out fine. Just try not to rule out the possibility. You know, you don't have to be an optimist, but at least trying to keep it on a realistic scale of shitty things happen, but it could always go either way. You know? Can always go either way. Now, with that out the way, speaking of going either way, this trial could go either way, and hopefully it's not gonna end in someone going to jail. Well, in an innocent person going to jail. Let's... Nope. I'll tell you again. Oh yeah, we were talking about the oxygen thingy. Some of my favorite memories are just waking up, like waking up at 6 a.m., turning on the news, and they play Sunflower from Into the Spider-Verse, and I hear it in the background as I'm making food. God, that sounds just peaceful. That just sounds like really peaceful. I hate waking up. Not because I hate starting my day, but because I have so much trouble just staying awake when I wake up. I'm the type of person who really struggles to just get up. Like, I tend to fall back asleep so much. Like, my sleep just in general isn't the best. So, This is why Apollo is my favorite character. Lots of shit happens to him, and he still believes that he's fine. And I believe that kind of behavior is all that I need. I love Apollo, man. Apollo, I've mentioned this before. Actually, I have a short about that I want to that I'm probably gonna upload like later today. that the more I play this trilogy, the more I realize that I actually can see quite a bit of myself in Apollo. Not necessarily in the way that he handles his problems, because that is also not the healthiest. He does not strike me as the person to have very healthy coping mechanisms and, you know, all that. As we've seen, like, just before this trial started. But, God, I love Apollo as a character. He's... I don't know what it is. He kind of fits into the pattern that has sort of established itself with my male favorite characters, or one of the patterns, I suppose. But God, I love him. He's definitely my favorite protagonist. That for sure. Like, he is definitely my favorite protagonist of the series. He might be in my top 10. He might be. Just Ace Attorney characters all around. Can you imitate Apollo's chords of steel? I mean, I can yell. I'm naturally a pretty loud talker, so I guess that's one thing. Like, I naturally have a fairly strong voice. But, I don't know if I could imitate his chords of steel. Unlike Apollo, I actually value my vocal cords. I love my mornings. I turn on some Yakuza bar or cafe music on the speakers as I brew some tea and watch the sunrise. God, that sounds so peaceful and so lovely. That sounds so enjoyable. Yeah, Apollo takes the I'm fine attitude to the extreme, and he takes it too far. He takes it too far. The mindset itself is good. It's you know, again, optimism itself, or you know, trying to be optimistic on its own is not a bad thing. It's toxic positivity. That's what'll get you. And I feel like that's what we're gonna be seeing a lot throughout, like, in these last two cases. Or, well, maybe not not necessarily the toxic positivity, but just Apollo not being fine. I probably could. Words hard. I've killed my throat before by voice acting. Bro, I don't think I know that character. From Dragon Ball Super, I voiced the entire movie with my friend, and you know, if you know Broly, you know. I'm assuming it's a very loud character, a very yelly character. I try at least 3 times in my room. There's not much people here, so no problems about that. Hey, nice. I mean, I could yell, but I feel like... I mean, my grandparents are usually right downstairs, and even though these walls, like, they don't hear a lot of what's going on downstairs, the walls aren't that thick, unfortunately. Apollo's a cutie patootie, but his game disappointed me due to some aspects. That is fair, and we'll get to that we'll get to this game in our post Dual Destinies Yap session, which I'm excited for. His main personality is yelling out for 20 seconds long. That is what the fans see. Yeah, Apollo is an interesting character. Apollo is a very interesting character. Very interesting character to analyze. Especially, I would say, especially thanks to Ace Attorney 5 and 6. Personally, he's very fascinating to dig into. I got a friend of mine into Ace Attorney. She's on Rise from the Ashes right now. Oh dear, that's a hit or miss. Can't wait for her to get to the Apollo trilogy. She loves sibling dynamics. I just know she'll love Clavier. Based. Oh, man. Okay. Want to continue? Because I think I'm gonna have to end stream soon-ish. I can feel my voice fading slowly, so I want to at least get to a good stopping point. Oh! Wait, first let me refill my water. 1 second. The game, I forgot. It happens. It happens. That's, I mean, hey, it's my stream, so this is the norm. All right, oxygen tank problem. That's it. It doesn't change the fact that it is the defendant carrying the victim's corpse. I believe it does change some things. I believe it does change some things. The question is what that change will mean for us. I'm going to bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Wow. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase. Just as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it. Fucking Damarina yourself. In that case, do you have an answer? Words! In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? That is not Starbuck. You'd better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as a mere equipment malfunction. They literally said it was... They literally said in the report that the tanks were functioning as intended. Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot provide an adequate counter-argument to this point, I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. You think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased? Of course I can. The thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around. Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried... Ha! He claims to have carried clay! So this man with the 50 on this tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. But if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown an 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not why did the oxygen level increase, but what had to have happened to make it look like it increased. Wait, huh? Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? I'm pretty sure that this is just not Starbuck, that this is clay, and the tank broke after. Here in the Philippines, it's absolutely rare to find someone play as attorney, let alone find one who plays real games. Gacha games are too popular here. I mean, I do enjoy my gacha games too. I love myself some good old gacha, some good old gamba. But interesting. Can't wait for the post-DD Yap session because I do have so many things I could say about this game. Hell yeah! I mean the post-Apollo Justice Yap session was about 3.5 hours long. So we'll see where this one goes. I found one guy playing through episode 2 of the first game, and her reaction was priceless. Oh dear. Like, this has to be it. Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting. Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready to answer. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. It is time. Let's see. Anything funny? Dokkan? Dokkan? I don't think I know that game. I do play gacha games or mobile games, but mainly Japanese gacha games. Well, and some Hoyoverse games. I play Genshin and Star Rail. And occasionally Wuthering Waves. But otherwise, gacha games, mainly Japanese ones, like Idle 7. Although, to be fair, I haven't opened that game in like years. I'm into the series itself, just not really the game, because the game is very like outdated, like the UI and everything. OnStars, I check it every now and then. Helios. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's same company as the people who made Ensemble Stars. What else? I used to play a game called Show by Rock, which was another rhythm game, which was fucking amazing, but got shut down because Square Enix is a bunch of fucking assholes. And I do want to get Persona 5, what's it called? P5X, once it, hopefully, at some point, releases globally. But yeah. Anyway. This is the right one, so we're gonna see what the other options are. Maybe they were escaping in the opposite direction. Let's see, anything... Like how rewinding a video makes things look like they're repairing themselves? In which case, I think the one who's going to need rewinding is you, Mr. Justice. Penalty. Don't worry, I'm gonna be doing that in just a second. I'd rather fast forward through this myself. You're right, Apollo. I think we've got it. The tanks were damaged. Ah! I don't think the problem is with the tanks, but with your eyes, Justice Dono. Or rather, I. It's written in the report that the tanks were functioning properly. Weren't you the fucker who was like, oh yeah, if you can't give an answer to this, then I guess we're just gonna have to assume they malfunctioned? You bitch! It's amazing how diligent reporting can come back to bite you in the rear. And it's amazing how your diligent negligence can come back to bite you in the rear too. Let this penalty remind you of the consequences of your actions. I read an article saying that P5X will be coming to consoles. You mean I could stream P5X? Hell yeah. Oh, we're definitely gonna. If that is true. My aching. No. Yeah? Yeah, Apollo? What's the cause for your aching rear? Moving on. We're reloading. Anyway, the victim was carrying the defendant. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage. But it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran at all. It was Mr. Terran who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge. It was what? Mr. Justice, you mean to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Terran? Clay looks so cute. Can I just say that? His hair is a little whack, but like he looks so cute. Look at him. Such a goober. It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. Will you play Metaphor Refantasio? I don't know. I haven't seen a lot about that game. I've heard that people like it. I don't know. Maybe at some point. I don't know. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. For now, before getting into anything else, I do want to get to finishing this trilogy, then playing The Great Ace Attorney. Maybe once we finish this trilogy, we're gonna get a bit more variety in. But we'll see. We'll see about that. Maybe like I'll wait. Well, no, I can't really do more tier lists if I want to do Ace Attorney tier lists, and if I want to include the, you know, that's not gonna be a thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll start a series to play alongside the Great Ace Attorney for a little bit of variety after we finish Spirit of Justice, but we'll see about that. I already have 1 or 2 games in mind for that, so yeah. It looks like an 80s anime protagonist. True, kind of. Just like Apollo minus the hair. I mean, yeah. Same face syndrome. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%. That's right, there's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing. This means Mr. Terran was alive as they made their escape to the lounge. Seems I lost the coordinates for this. I'm back now. Hell yeah, welcome back, Mystery. How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? Even if the victim was alive at this point in time. How did he descend the ladder with his arms full? What if he tossed Starbuck down there? Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Ooh, not bad. Excuse me? It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. But we have proven that Mr. Terran was alive when he breached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claims and opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. There were 2 people who claimed to be the first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements? Let's see, the 2 people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police? It's possible. We might have to do a little more digging. It seems we'll have to hear the testimony of these first 2 people on the scene. Score. Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. Is this... I have a feeling this is where, Ted Tonate's gonna come in. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand? Yep. Called it. Yep. I forgot what... I don't think I gave you any special voice. I have an announcement, everyone! What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode. Explode! Oh shit! A bomb now? Everybody run! Eek, I don't want to die! Oh no, everybody's panicking! I feel like we shouldn't be standing around here any longer. I feel like we also should get the... Fuck out of here. Headless chickens with a death wish, the lot of you. Calm yourselves before all else. Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here. But what about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? Buddy, pal, honey, sweetie pie, sweetheart. I know. But you're not gonna defend Starbucks if you're fucking dead. I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up forever. Go, honey. I refuse to let things end here. Pablo, this is no time to be dramatic. If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die. Come on, this way. Hey, ouch! Let me go. God, thank you, Athena. Apollo! Juniper, she hasn't evacuated yet? And that is where he goes to save her. Juniper, are you alright? Apollo, no, not that way! Ugh. To be continued. Oh boy. Sure, we're gonna save. I'm looking forward to you playing the Great Ace Attorney. I'm currently in episode 3 of that game. I've heard nothing but good things about the Great Ace Attorney. Like the Great Ace Attorney, I think it's especially one of the 2 games. I don't remember which one. But the Great Ace Attorney is one of this is like the game, or I guess set of games that like I have not heard a single bad thing about, and that is a feat considering the Ace Attorney fandom. To leave it there, considering the colorful variety of opinions that the Ace Attorney fandom has on these games, that is a pretty huge feat. I mean, Tonite could have left everyone to die. At the very least, he took the time to let everyone know that the bomb's been reactivated. That is true. That is true. Though, to be fair, he was the one who set it off in the first place. And he probably wouldn't have been mad if anyone, he probably wouldn't have been mad if anyone did die. I mean, he probably was kind of happy that fucking Arm died. Yeah, this is the guy who was convicted in the first case. This is him, yep. Okay! And this is where we are going to end it for today. Oh boy, despite the hiccup halfway through, we got through the trial. Let me see actually. Nope. Well, we got through this is literally all we did, technically. Let me check something. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Just checking how far we were through. I didn't read the titles or anything. Oh dear. Oh boy. Plot twist: the Great Ace Attorney fans are great fans who make the people with negative opinions disappear. Like someone dares utter a word of hate towards the game, suddenly they were never heard from again. I believe it's because the game is very different from the rest. It might have set a new standard for the series. Don't know much about that though. Maybe. Despite the crashes, the dog, and the yapping. Yeah, no, that might be the case. I don't know too much about the Great Ace Attorney. I know bits and pieces. I know what happens in the first case and the start of the second one. That is all I know, pretty much. Besides that, only bits and pieces, but yeah. I know like bits and pieces past the start of the second case of the Great Ace Attorney, but yeah. Should the wind blow me this way again, I'll see you next mission. Let's see if it does. Alright, that shall be it from me. Next stream will probably be tomorrow. I'm guessing tomorrow. Same time as today, but if you want to be sure of that, make sure to follow the Twitter. !follow, or if you're on YouTube, just check the description. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Stay safe, take care, have a lovely rest of your day, night, or whatever time it is for you. And goodbye!